Essex, a helping hand with your land.
Neil from Essex here to answer a viewer question today. We're going to talk to a very common problem that many of us have when you've got a gravel or stone driveway of how to address the stones that end up in the grass.
Goes all the way down to the road there, comes up, there's a bit of a circle right there. All in all, it's about 530 feet. Lived here 2 years now. First year we did snow removal with our little BX 2680. It was a lot of work, so we ended up getting a service. Now they plowed our driveway, did a great job plowing it. Unfortunately, as you can see, I have a lot of gravel off on the side of the road here, side of the driveway here, and a lot more than one person could easily rake up. I'm curious to know what implements you think might help with doing this. I mean, could a lawn rake, you know, on the back end there attached, would that work? Thanks. Any advice you can give would be appreciated. Bye.
Thank you for sending in a question. I think this is a really cool idea and a great way for us to make some really neat videos. If you'd like to submit a question like this, if you can take a video of yourself, upload it to some kind of platform where you could share it with me and send it to youtube@messix.com, I would be glad to go through and answer some questions and we can find a creative way to do it. If you're gonna get stones and stuff into your grass, the very first thing that we can think through is preventing getting them there in the first place. So let's walk up here and take a look at a snow blade. We'll talk through quickly about how to set your skid shoes. So the best way to keep those stones out of your grass is to not put them there in the first place, right? Looking through the video that you sent there, it really looks like the contractor that did your driveway there had their blade run and smack down against the bottom of your driveway. It's a great way to move all of the snow and leave a very nice clean finish at the end, but it is going to take any stones, debris, anything that you got in there is going to be swept over with it right over into the grass. On the bottom of a snow blade or a snow blower, you're going to have some kind of skid shoe, and you can prevent the implement picking up those stones by setting these things appropriately. Generally, you're going to want to go and move them so that you got enough of a gap down here underneath the blade that you're scooping off the snow but leaving the stones and stuff underneath. So that's the first place that I would start. Go through and make sure you've got those things adjusted properly. So once the damage is done and the stones are in the grass, obviously you've got a mess that needs to be cleaned up. Now you could spend a long time with a rake going along and sitting there and scraping back every little stone that you can find, but who wants to do that, right? Clearly there needs to be a engine-powered solution to getting this done, and I've got one for you. So you can see here at our dealership setting, we run equipment all over the place. Things get rutted up, gravel gets thrown in. Our grass around here looks terrible considering that we sell mowers. What I'm going to do here is try to clean up this little patch right here using a broom. So we often think of brooms for cleaning up, you know, roadside debris, stones on asphalt, that kind of stuff. But brooms can also be used in turf as well to clean things up. And you'll see that used for dethatching, moving stones and that kind of stuff. Most of your brooms are going to have an optional gauge wheel kit available for them. You're going to put that gauge wheel kit on and set that broom up so that it's being fairly light on the turf. This is what I deal with. You want to stay pretty light on the turf. You want to set up in a way so that when you're driving back and forth, that broom isn't sitting there and digging the grass out altogether, but is moving any of that debris out of the way and knocking the stones, the acorns, any of that kind of stuff out of your grass and over to where they belong. So I'm going to take this RTV back here behind me, one of the only things I could find around here that had a broom already installed on it, and see if I can clean this up a little bit here for you, show you how it works. So clearly a minor problem like some stones in the grass justifies a $27,000 solution, right? Don't you wish we could all just fix things this way, including myself, frankly. So what I'm going to try here is to come over here with the broom and then use the broom in order to sweep some of that, you know, extra dirt, the stones, the trash, and that kind of stuff out of the grass, and in my case here, over onto the road. Now, generally, you'd be thinking that, you know, if you have a stone driveway, you're sweeping the stones back over onto the driveway where they belong, but this is the best demo that I got for you with the space that I have. So I'm going to drop this down and then throw this into the float position and then just slowly drive along here. Now, this is more aggressive than what I want to be. I don't have good gauge wheels on this in order to hold the broom up. but you can see how it's picking up that dirt and debris and throwing it right at the camera guy who's in front of me, who is quickly running away. So we did that small patch there. Let's back up here and take a look and see how we cleaned that up. So you can see right here what I have over on the road now is stones, and over here I've got grass that's still rooted, obviously knocked over by the broom and a little abused, but all of that crap, the stones, that kind of stuff that was over here in the grass is now gone and hopefully back where it belongs. So that's one solution. Now clearly not every one of you is going to rush out to buy an RTV 1100 with a front broom on it. There are some less expensive ways to get this done too. So there are some handheld versions of the implements that you can use in order to do this same job. This is a Stihl combi system right here. They make two different attachments to go onto the end of this, both a bristle brush, just like what I had on the front of the RTV. This is going to be your more aggressive option, or a rubber paddle. That rubber paddle is going to have some slats across it that aren't quite as aggressive as what the bristle brush is, but do a really good job of knocking out acorns and stones and that kind of stuff out of your grassy areas and back where you want it to be. So as much as we'd love to sell everybody in the world a big expensive attachment like that to get this done, there are some fairly economical handheld solutions too that give you a powered way to do the same job. So if you have any attachment needs for your equipment, parts or service needs for machines you've already got, or we can help you out, give us a call at Messick's. We're available at 800-222-3373 or online at Messick's.com.